Welcome, everyone, to the Pragmatic podcast, to episode 2.
Welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time here.
Yeah, welcome if it's your first time. We're really excited to have you guys back. Gabby, do you want to give us... Is the AirPod working?
Yes.
It's working. Okay, actually, let's just tell you guys, we just shot the whole episode. And we're figuring out how to podcast.
Being a podcaster is hard, guys. Please really give us a break. Hard. Anyways, yeah, we literally did the whole thing, and then we realized that, first of all, my camera was filming me, from, here up, and I literally look so dumb. And then there was just a lot of issues. So here we are, second time's a charm. Am I right?
Yeah, no, I've listened to a lot of podcasts before, and everyone is like, oh, we just did this full episode, and now we're going to do it again. And I was like, that would never be me.
Right, that would never happen to me. What a nerd, right? And then it happens to us.
And
anyways, here we are.
Gabby, give us a rundown of last episode, please.
So last episode was really fun. Obviously, it was our first episode, and we basically just jumped into why we're doing what we're doing. Not why, really. It was more of what is Pragmatic, and we're starting a streetwear brand. What? Who are we, and what are we doing? And so we just broke it down, and we kind of explained what our goals are and what we kind of want to do with this brand. And we actually showed the blanks, which we're going to be printing on. So that was really cool. So if you haven't watched the first episode, definitely go back, check it out. You're going to get an inside sneak peek at what's coming soon. And it was really fun. So yeah.
It was really fun. Yeah. You could definitely still watch this episode, but it'll make so much more sense when you could see what we're thinking on a creative level.
It's context.
Just going back and looking at that. So somehow last episode, we went the whole time saying, oh yeah, streetwear brand, clothing brand, we're doing this. But we didn't say A, our name, and B, why we chose it.
Literally the most important things we casually just didn't mention.
It's just I think it's because you and me had discussed it so much apart that we just figured that the audience knew everything in our brains.
No, for sure.
But would you want to give the people a little brief synopsis of why Pragmatic?
Yes. So we sent a lot of words in the initial phases of planning this project. We were like, what about this word? What about this word? And then once Logan actually sent Pragmatic to me, and I saw it, and instantly I fell in love with the aesthetic of the word. I know that might sound weird, but truly, if you think about it, it just looks so nice. It has the perfect amount of vowels. It's low-key symmetrical because of the A's.
Symmetrical.
It's just weird things. I'm literally not a graphic designer or anything, but I just looked at it and I was like, that word is very aesthetic. It's very aesthetically pleasing to my eyes. It also kind of rolls off the tongue well, pragmatic. But another thing is that's not really a word that I would use in my day-to-day life. So I think Logan and I both had to kind of be wait, this word sounds cool, but what does it mean? And so that's when we kind of jumped into what is pragmatic? What does it mean to be pragmatic? So Logan, if you want to start kind of telling the people what it means.
Yeah. So big words, if you consider this to be a big word like I do.
I do.
Yeah, they're very difficult to articulate, especially if there's stuff that are unique, they are stuff. That's my vocabulary. You just heard my vocabulary.
Same, me. I was yes, go off.
Yes, they are stuff. Especially if the words that are larger are different to what you're used to.
Yes, me too.
Okay, so to simplify the word, it goes down as a pragmatic person would be a person who's sensible, a person who's grounded, and a person who's practical. And I think when you hear sensible, grounded, and practical, it would be super easy to think, well, that just zaps creativity out of a space. But I think it does the opposite, because when you could walk into a situation sensibly and practically, you might be able to open up a bit more creative freedom to reach within your limits and still create something that is you. Because if you try and go outside what's practical to you, you are no longer being yourself. And something about like streetwear and being creative in general is by kind of accentuating your own features. So
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think Pragmatic does that very well because it doesn't just focus on the theoretical, but more the sensibility within ourselves.
Wow, that was so good.
Thank
Very
you so
well
much.
put, Logan.
Do you hear Katie?
Who won?
She's watching the Braves game. I'm guessing
Hey,
the
we got
Braves
a
just
true
won.
fan.
That's my girl
Cutie.
watching baseball.
I love her.
Let's go, Braves!
Get you it, Katie.
Yeah. No, what you guys just heard there was a lot more of a well put together thought than her first take, and that's why she's laughing so much because she knows it.
Dead.
But would
No,
you kind
that was
of
perfect.
draw from that as well?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, so going off of what Logan said so well, I think that Pragmatic is very sensible. It is very practical, as you said. I think this actually just came to me, but I think that a lot of times people talk. They talk a lot about their dreams or what they want to do or things they want to achieve. It's so easy to talk, but you really do have to be practical and you have to be sensible to actually execute like a plan, right? And it's not even just logical; it's more like practical, right? Because Pragmatic isn't necessarily logical; it's more of sensible, and you're grounded in what you know. And so I think it's really cool because we've just been literally kind of learning to live this word out as we've been learning what it means, and just how can we practically make these dreams and this goal of creating this streetwear brand actually happen and come true. And so that's been kind of cool to like see the word take life form in a sense.
Absolutely. I think we're on the same page with that. And like I said, it's so weird having like the same conversation over again. Like I said before, we're still discovering our own identity within the word and within our brand. So if you guys have a separate take on the word or what it might mean to you, we would love to hear your opinions on that as well. Because like I said, we're still discovering who we are as a brand. We're forming our identity. So for anyone who might have an opinion, it would be awesome to add to our identity through like other people's perspectives on the word. So I think that'd be really exciting if you guys, wherever you are right now, comment, what does pragmatic mean to you? And if you've never heard the word before, go look up the definition and see if it means anything to you in your heart and let us know.
Yes, we want your perspective. That's what's really cool about this journey that we're taking you guys on with us. We really want to see the angle that you see this from. Wait, does that make sense? Yeah. We want to know what you guys see this as. And, we all have different experiences, life paths, things that have happened to us. And so you might look at the definition differently than we do. And we want to know. So yeah, please share. We'd love to hear.
Absolutely. Gabby, would you be able to do me a solid? In the Zoom, would you be able to type our Instagram password really quick?
Yeah. It is not me saying it out loud.
Not saying it out loud. That's like me in the last episode.
I literally was about to. I think that's what it is.
Okay. I think that's what it is too.
Let me know. But in the meantime,
we're in.
We're in. No, I was literally just going to say like, someone left a really cool comment in our first YouTube video.
That's what I'm trying to go to right now.
Oh, you are? Okay, I was going to say, literally, we're on the same page. I'm saying that. I don't know if we said that again yet.
We haven't.
But it was really cool. Logan's going to tell you guys in a second.
Okay, so we made a friend last episode. I don't know if I'm jumping out of line here, but I'm feeling something. Our homie, Adriel Prieto, commented on our last YouTube video, great video and good luck. Definitely don't skimp on research. This industry is far more brutal than people think. You got this. And I recommend samples of the Rue Porter blanks for sure. The fit and sizing are different than other blanks on the market. So, Adriel, thank you so much for commenting. It really means a lot that you took the time to A, encourage, and B, give us some solid advice as we move forward. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. Because I responded. I was like, wow, you know so much more than us already since we're starting.
Please be our friend, Adrian. Wait, what's his name? My bad, Adriel. Sorry.
Good. No, so we were DMing.
Don't take it personal.
Yeah, and that would actually be...
you were?
Yeah, we were
You were DMing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know.
It would be fun to have someone like Adriel on the podcast sometime.
Yeah.
to just
with all his wisdom. Seriously.
Exactly. Master
Adriel, you're
Oogway.
always welcome here. Please give us
Seriously.
your wisdom. We need it.
Yeah. So that was super kind. Thank you so much. His Instagram handle was Adriel, Adriel 11, as in the numbers like 11, 11.
Sweet.
Prieto, Prieto. Go give Adriel some love. Thank you so much for the comment.
Yes, we appreciate it so much.
Perfect. So now we've gone over our recap. We've hit our name. We talked about Adriel. Now we want to dive into the meat and veggies, like the veggie meat of. Are you really? No. How did I not know that? That's like incredible. Like, good for you. Yeah, you do live in Loma Linda, so that would make sense. Okay. I'm in Kansas City, which is like the barbecue capital of the world. Basically, clogged up arteries. Okay. So, moving on from there, I did want to go over like our experience with the graphic designer really quick, because as you could see, our YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram, you could see like our logo, and it was not as easy getting to that point as one may think. So I want to show you guys the inspiration that we were drawing from, and then from there you could see the final result. So I'm going to screen record and just share my screen. Am I sharing my screen already? No. There. Okay, cool. So this is like one of the mock-ups we had for like a color palette, and B, like the font we were going for. Did you have any other inspiration that you were drawing from this page? Mm-hmm. Got it. And now I'll show the one that she was talking about. Really liked this font. The one font you keep asking. Love it. And then this one we really liked as well. Yeah, so I was chatting with this guy. Super cool guy, super accommodating. I can't find like the first round of mock-ups that we got, but it was going for more of like a Louis Vuitton vibe, where it was like an initial, like LV, something like that. He was trying to do like pragmatic, like PR or PG, something like that.
Right.
And that's just not what we were going for. We wanted to go for like the question mark set of things, to like, because we thought that tied in with the brand very well. So we went back to the drawing board, and this is what we came up with.
Wow, that looks really cool.
I know. Like, I didn't know that there was a storefront option that he'd
included.
Guys,
I've never seen this.
I haven't either.
I'm trying to play it cool, but like,
how cool?
That's really cool. I'm obsessed. I would go in there. Would you guys go in there? Maybe I'm biased. I don't know.
No, it's not your brand.
It's pretty cool.
Isn't
I know
that
it's not my brand or anything. It's really sick. I love how it's like glowing. It's really amazing.
Like, me having no graphic design background, I feel like this would be very hard to do.
Yeah, because it's like layered.
Graphic really designers are like screaming right now. They're like, it's easy.
I know. They're like, wow.
So
us freaking out.
What did you think about these three, and how did we come to our final result?
So, not gonna lie, I'm not a super big fan of the gold. I just find it to be a little bit chuggy. That word has been my favorite. If you don't know what it means, go look it up. If you know, you know.
No, tell them.
Explain okay, fine. More. So chuggy is basically like a word. I was like hoping you'd ask.
Yeah, I
know. We didn't plan that, guys, I swear. No, chuggy is like a word that was made by Gen Z to make fun of like millennials, basically. And so like just certain like things you wear. Like, for example, some people might say skinny jeans or chuggy, right? And like I have shortened the word to chug, so I'll be like, oh, that's super chug. Like just like in my day-to-day life, I'll just be like, that's chug. Anyways, the gold to me is just a little chugs. I don't know. I'm not like really a fan of the metallic look. I just don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't scream like simplistic and like the inspiration that we drew from that doesn't match. So what I'm trying to say is I really like the black and the white.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's the words, the font, the question marks, they speak for themselves. They're powerful enough, and I'm obsessed with the font and everything.
Absolutely.
What about you, Logan?
I'm with you. And I think a super cool design on a shirt, on one of our shirts, would just be something like this. But I was telling Gabby yesterday that it would be super sick if it was like pragmatic, but with the A, it would just be like an upside down V. So like this cross in between the A on both of them would be removed.
I love it.
I just think it would look kind of cool. Like
it would even make it more like, what's the word? Like simple.
Yeah, you take more elements away from what there was originally.
Yeah, right. Which is like actually so loud. It's kind of ironic.
I think it would be really cool.
I think I'm down. I can see it.
Okay, what else was there? Haven't seen that either.
Whoa.
Is that like rose gold?
It's serving like white chocolate mocha.
It's giving you white chocolate mocha vibes?
I don't know why I just like see that so much.
Got you. Okay. So from here, we could dive a bit more into the inspo.
Yes.
Okay, let me stop recording there. So from here, like our whole brand has like essentially been built in Instagram DMs so far. Like we just see stuff that we fall in love with, and we're just like, one day I want something that's kind of like that.
Yeah, we just get inspired a lot.
So I want to show you guys, we want to show you guys kind of some of this stuff that we have seen that's like caught our eye, and we've been like, I would like something like that one day. So diving in. Yeah, bear with us in this segment because this is just us like nerding out over the stuff that we really like.
Yeah, but you guys will kind of see.
Mm-hmm. I know you really liked this shirt, Gabby. Do you want to say like some of the things that you liked about it? Yeah. And do you want to say some of the examples of like phrases or words that we wanted to add possibly? To think. We want to think. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I immediately took like, what is the point to like a super morbid space? But yeah, literally. And I think it would be exciting though to create clothing that A, different people draw different perspectives from, and B, could start like a conversation like the one that we had last night. Like clothing should be an extension of your thoughts and what makes you happy and your thought processes and like just what you're passionate about in general. So if we're starting conversations with our clothing, like constructive conversations, I think that's super cool. So that's what we're trying to do. And all over a Whitney Houston shirt. So thank you. All right. And scrolling through, I had mentioned that I really like that people are doing this. Like this tied. What is this? Is this just like a jacket? I don't think that. It's possible. And these are like super thin. Yeah, it's gonna be boxy and agreed. The pants. Love the pants. And this we're not gonna go there again. No, there's nothing to roast. It's just like, yo, what? No, but they did. They did it. They just did it. No, the fit is fire though. We're not roasting him. We just think that, yeah, it is cool. And we really liked this outfit a lot. What did yeah. Either way, yeah, I think it looks super sweet because that's the first time we were having this conversation. Gabby immediately pointed that out, and I just fell in love with the concept right away. And I thought it would look super cool on the brown hoodie that we'd selected in the last episode. It would pair really well. Um, and it could be, since we're doing the matching set, the hoodie could be like the question mark, like super simple, and then the sweats are like right across the crotch area. Could be, yeah, like the pragmatic across it. It's concept. It's concept. What color would you want to overlay over the? I was thinking the same thing. Like the same cream that the shorts were that we liked in the last episode. Yeah, the same cream. We're on the same wavelength. Got it. And then the goat right here. Yeah, if you don't follow this man, this is a plug. This is a formal plug. Go follow this guy right now. Who else is doing this and pulling it off? Tell me. I go through this guy's page. This guy is deep. This is deep in street fashion. Matching set. It's my hero. Yeah, this is the first person, like when we were first getting into, like, yeah, this is like who you had first shown me, and I was like, wow, this guy's like deep in it. Okay, let's go back to the saved. All right, we were here, and here's the same thing again. We loved it. And you are seeing what inspires us a lot, because you'll see these pants from us one day, like pants just like this one day. Just wait for that drop. This is like the charcoal gray that we chose. It's like very similar. And what else do we have? You like the vest? To the pants. Wait a second, because it's like it's divided down the middle. Do you see a way that we could do that with question marks and make it look cool? What do you mean who's better with design? You're great with design. Gabby's acting like she hasn't designed clothes before, which she has, and they're really good. Fire. It's an accent. Yeah, and we were discussing that we'd always want something that accents like this is pragmatic. So like you could see any piece and any person could just have a design, but you don't know who the design belongs to or anything. Or like we want people to be able to like wear a brand like loud and proud, and people are like, whose brand is that and stuff, and you just know, like you'll start to see those certain features on a lot of different pieces. So that sounded exciting.
Yeah.
Are your AirPods good? They pieced out.
Nope.
they just decided to take a nap.
They have passed away.
Okay. This is our last inspo piece. And we really like this classic t-shirt here. Let's see what else we have. And this one.
That t-shirt is everything. Also, his Prada bag, like, wait, I'm assuming that's Prada. But, like, he's so drippy.
Let's just check this guy out.
Yeah, who is this guy?
Okay.
Jermaine. Okay. I'm not even going to try.
He's in Germany. Okay.
So good. Look at the mint. I don't know what color that is. Light blue.
This?
Sweat set. Powerful.
I like this. This jumped out at me immediately.
That's so good. So good. The shades of brown.
Wow. Okay.
With the shoes? Okay. I can't.
This has warranted a follow.
Thank you.
Okay. So we could stop the inspo now. We could move on to another segment. All right. Sorry. Let me close these out. Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
What did you want to move on to next?
So let me ask you, now that we've talked about all the fun things. Logan, how would we go about financing this type of endeavor? Because it's so easy to dream and to talk about the easy part. But now let's get into kind of like the meat, right?
Got you.
Like, please just break down for me the options, because that's something that I personally am horrible at. But Logan is like an expert at this area. So please explain to the viewers.
I wouldn't know about expert. I've kind
of... You're pretty good.
Not an expert.
To me, you're an expert.
Okay. We'll go with that. So, no one, when they're starting a business, really wants to come out of pocket. And this is kind of showing you guys, like, if you haven't started a business, like, here's some like different options you could take. And if you have before, you could kind of relate to the questions that we're having to ask ourselves right now and the different approaches that we're wanting to take. So there are several different options you could take when you're starting a new business. It's a lot more difficult when you choose to do something in an ethical manner, like we're doing now, because the ethical way will be the more expensive way. So while we're taking the more expensive route for a higher quality route, here are the options that I have personally laid out before us. Option number one would be credit funding. And with credit funding, we could, with our business, pull out business credit lines, which wouldn't be very significant to start. So it would be kind of difficult unless we could somehow, maybe with one of my other businesses, take out a bigger line to fund some of the initial drops. Because the initial drop, I'm guessing, will probably cost us around $30,000. And that's a significant lump sum of money. So from getting the blanks to designing to shipping packages, the screen printing, everything, we'll probably be looking at about 30 grand. So with credit funding, I'm guessing our lines to start would be like 7 to 8 grand. And with what comes with the credit is 60 days at 0% interest. So with the trajectory that we're currently moving at now, 60 days at 0% interest would be feasible to us. But long term, if you're constantly thinking like, oh, I have to turn this money over in 60 days, that might not be a very healthy way to run a business. Now, Chase offers a card that allows you to have funding at 12 months, 0% interest. So you go a full year without paying off this credit card as a business card. Our credit line with that, since this is also a new business that hasn't produced any revenue, would be very small to start. But again, in the worst case scenario, I have that credit line for different businesses, but I'm also trying to phrase this in a way for people who are starting a business. They're like, what would I do? And the best answer I can give you is you start your business. If you take the credit route, you take out an Amex Plum card and you start with a very small drop. This is a card that you spend as much as you possibly can on, because the more you spend on the Amex Plum card, the more Amex will allow you to spend. Don't do that with personal cards, please. Don't do that.
Please.
Don't max out your personal cards. But with this particular business card, spend as much as you can, because they'll allow you to take a much further approach there. So start small and build it over time. That's credit. The next form of financing that we could take would be private. So private is one of the more superior options because there's multiple approaches that you could take with private. You could find what's called a private money lender. And what they would do is they would say, hey, here's the 30 grand. I want this kind of return with my money. So you take their $30,000 and you make an agreement that says, okay, you could have 25%, 30%, 50% of the profit on this drop. And the drop happens on this date. You hold the liability of if it sells out or not, or however much money it makes. Like, you're taking a bet on us personally. And that's like the ideal scenario, in my opinion, if you do have something good to offer, is the private money route. Another approach you could take with that is giving up equity. If you plan to grow your business at a higher scale, I would not recommend giving up equity in your business unless you absolutely have to. So if you can, find a private money lender you could take their cash to fund your drop, and you give them value in profit share. The last option would be taking out a business loan. And taking out a business loan would probably give you the ability to get the most amount of money, but it would be at the highest rate of interest. So, we would be eating into our margins significantly by paying off interest on these bank loans. So you could likely get more cash in that scenario, but it would be difficult when you're dealing with 15% interest or even more. So that's a difficult part about taking funding in that way. So we had kind of discussed, like, which one did you want to take, Gabby?
We really liked the private investor. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically.
See, I'm terrible. I can't even remember the name for 2 seconds. Just because, like, you're kind of helping out someone else while you yourself are being helped. Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of like a win-win type of situation. Obviously, like, they are taking a risk on you. But I just feel like it's better in the long run from what Logan explained. From what I understand, again, this area is like, I have like the intelligence of a fly in this area. So like, I just am like, yeah, whatever you think. But like, truly, this, Logan explained it really well, and it made sense to me that a private investor would be the best with our situation and what we're aiming for. So yeah.
Absolutely. So in that, if you're going with any kind of funding route, oh, Kitty's trying to get the dog. You could call him. He's taking a nap.
This is very casual.
He's taking a nap. Okay, so with private funding and in business in general, your number one thing is going to be networking.
Yeah.
Who you know is everything. You should just constantly be reaching out to people, building rapport with people, and just building relationships to where there's going to be that trust and rapport to where, hey, if you do want money and you have value to give in exchange, you could make that ask and hopefully walk away with what you need. And if not, cool, you have other people you could talk to. So some easy ways to start doing that initially is if you don't have access to people in person, you could go onto Facebook groups. And so whether it's streetwear Facebook groups, private money Facebook groups, there's so many Facebook groups out there where you can network with people. That's a good spot to start. Another good spot would just be Instagram. Going through, DMing people, getting to know people, and don't go into a networking relationship going to ask for something, you know? You don't want to just go in and be like, hey, I want this. Like, go to be someone's friend. Go to make a connection before you go to ask for something, you know?
That's so true, because I feel like you're going to be so much more likely to want to help out a friend or do a favor, not even a favor, but work with a friend rather than a random stranger who's like, hey, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Like, wait, I don't know you. Why would I help you? You know? Versus a friend. So great point.
And that's something that you do very well in your business is you're like super networking based. Like I've noticed that with your stories, like how you do shout outs for people. Like you do a lot of networking with your business.
Thank you. It really is, like you said, it's everything, because the more people you know and the more friends that you have within the community, the more successful you'll be. It just makes sense. So yeah.
Because you saw like some very quick growth with your business. How do you think that would have gone if you weren't like networking with people?
I mean, I think because I started it like right when the pandemic hit. So like, I just don't see any other way, you know, because like this community was so strong. And I think what you'll find is that with a specific niche, there is a big community and they're active. You just have to find those people, right?
Exactly.
So like when you were saying the Facebook groups, like that's a great way, right? It's just finding those people that you can network with and then figuring out the best way to get to know them, contribute to the community, but also in doing that, you will then receive the blessings. You know what I'm saying? like it turns out to work out. So yeah.
And that's crazy because so many people, they would just like go into a networking relationship because you do a lot of like, you post a lot of people's stuff on your story and you like promote stuff for people. So many people out there would be like, hey, I'll post your stuff for $50 or $150.
Well, a lot of people do that actually. No tea, no shade, but like.
Exactly. And it's like, what kind of business relationship are you actually building there?
Right.
Would it be more
people
beneficial
be
to take their $150 or to build a relationship where you could provide value over time?
Come on now. That's so powerful.
Come on now. No.
Great. No, yeah, but for real. Very true.
So yeah, I'm just trying to give people who haven't started a business or taken the private money route before how I personally got into that route. And that's how I did it.
It's very practical and easy. Networking is everything.
Everything. Okay. I have talked more than enough. I did quite a bit of talking there. My bad.
Same. No, me earlier. Same.
No, but that's not in this version of the episode, so it doesn't even
count.
You're
right. Sorry, I'm mixing them.
Okay. So I think that's good for episode 2.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that was great. I feel like we covered a lot, and hopefully you guys got a better understanding of like the why behind the name now. So
absolutely. And if anyone has anything that they would like to contribute to this conversation, whether that's what they think of the name Pragmatic, what it means to them, how you started your business or funded your business initially, or advice to how other people started that, like,
please.
Everyone's on a journey at a different point. Share how you got to your point.
Share it.
Please.
We love to hear it. We're clearly very transparent with y'all in this process. Like, we are figuring it out, and we want to know your thoughts, your questions, your experiences. So do share. We would love to know and read them.
Absolutely. And thank you again, Adriel, for commenting on the last YouTube video. So thank you, everyone.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.